Hello everyone. Today we will start our lecture on data communication, which is CSC 309 course number. Okay, moving forward in this section, in the index section, in chapter wise, we have serial numbers. The first chapter is introduction, network model, data and signals, and so on. Okay, we are going to start with the introduction, which is chapter 1. Chapter 1 Introduction. Data refers to information present in the form that is efficient or movement or processing. That means data is the basic form. That means if you know 5, that this 5 can be a number or can be a roll number or can be anything. So this 5 is a data. And what is information? If you process the data, then it will transform into an information. Suppose you process this data with a roll number. Now you said roll number 5, so this is an information. So those are the difference between data and information. By this diagram, you can easily understand that data are the raw materials, and after processing the data, it can generate informations. The difference between data and informations are given below. Data is just a text or number, but information is a refined data. Data is a single unit, but it is a group of unit which is known as information. Data is the input languages for computers, but informations are the output language for human. Data is unprocessed, but information is processed. Data does not depend on the information, but information depends on data. Data is not specific, but information is specific. Data is the raw material and it is the processed one. Data is a building block, but it is a constant. Computer needs data and human needs informations. Data does not carry the meaning, but information carries the meaning. You can have a snap of this one because this question is very important for your exam question point of view. Next topic is what is data communication. The movement of data from one end to another end is known as data communication. Data communication are the exchange of the data between two devices through a transmission media such as wired cable or anything else. Those communication is known of data is known as a data communication. This can be combined with hardware like as physical equipment also, and some software equipments like programs. Now, applications and uses of data communication. The application and uses of data communications are given below. In e-business, online education, file sharing, file transforming, resource sharing, e-banking, long distance communication, electronic mail or email, social networking, and internet chatting. Now moving on the discussion of boards, then remote access of data, database, and then web series and web services. Advantages and disadvantages of data communication are given below. Advantages of data communication are easy to communicate and speed up, ability to share files and data informations, sharing hardwares and softwares, file sharing easily and highly flexible. Inexpensive system increase the cost efficiency, boost the storage capacity and the security. The speed matters. Those are the advantages of data communication. Now the disadvantages. Breakdowns and possible to lose the resources, expensive to build, security threat, bandwidth issue and viruses. Hacking. Data sometimes can be hacked, so this is a security purpose for data communication. Now we are in the Telecommunication. Telecommunication is the transmission of signals over a long distance for purpose of communication. Examples such as mobile devices and stateless and landlines. Here are transmitter and receiver, and in between them there is a medium is known as a telecommunication. The difference between telecommunication and data communication is given below. Telecommunication can be digital or analog, but data communication is through or as a set or subset of telecommunication. Telecommunication is a communication over a distance, but in data communication it is usually implies digital and often excluded to the voice services. Network is used for making voice call between telephones, and here in data communication network are being used to send and receive data. Here in telecommunication we use circuit switching, but in data communication we use packet switching. Network elements are like as HLC, SPC, etc. And in data communication we use networks as router, hub, bridge, etc. Here protocols are used as ISDN, and here the protocols are used as TCP IP. Telephones are the endpoints here, but in data communication computers are the endpoints. So you can have a snap of this difference. Moving on to the next. Fundamental characteristics or activities of data communication. The data communication have four activities or characteristics. Like as first one is delivery. The delivery of data is mandatory because if the data is not delivered, so the communication cannot be possible. Then accuracy. You send hi to another one, but he received bye. Is it correct? No. So accuracy is a must. Then now timelines. Timelines means you send a data uh, suppose 12 p.m. but he receives this data at 1 a.m. So is the timeline is okay? No. So timeline is also in a concern. Now the most important part in this section is jitter. Jitter refers to the variation in the packet of arrival time. It is the uneven delay in the delivery of audio and video packets. For example, let's assume that video packets are sent over 30 milliseconds. If some of those packets arrived with 30 milliseconds delay and the other 4D ms delays, and uneven quality in the video is result. That means jitter is also related with the time factor, which deals with the packet arrival time. Components of data communication. There are 5 components of data communication. The first one is the message. This can be the number, text, video, audio, anything else. Sender, who is sending the data, and receiver, who is receiving the data. Then in this section, transmission medium is a medium by through they are sending the data, and protocol is the rules and regulation that they need to be followed. Here the protocols can be UDP, SMTP, and anything else. Data representation. Data can be represented as a simple plain text, as we are seeing this, the number 0 to 9. It can be a image. It can be also an audio and video file. Now the data flow or transmission modes. Here are the transmission modes. The transmission modes have 3 types: simplex, half-duplex, and full-duplex. Simplex. In the simplex mode, the communication is unidirectional and in simplex mode the communication is unidirectional. As a one street, only one of 2 devices on a link can transmit. The other can only receive. As you can see in this diagram that the CPU is sending data to the monitor and monitor only receives it, but it cannot send any data to the mainframe. So this is known as simplex. Now half duplex. Half duplex is a transmission in time which one can send data and another can receive it. This is also bidirectional but not at the same time. That means if the station A is sending the data to station B, then station B needs to listen, but that time it cannot send any data to station A. That's why we have directed there for data time 1 and data time 2. The example of this type can be walkie-talkie. Now the full duplex mode. In the full duplex mode, data can be bidirectional at the same time. As we can talk on our telephones nowadays, I and my partner can talk each other at the same time is known as the example of full duplex. Here are some differences between simplex, half duplex and full duplex. A sender can data but cannot receive in the simplex mode. In the half duplex mode, sender can send and receive data but not at the same time. But in full duplex, sender and receiver can send and receive data at the same time. Examples are very important. Simplex as like as keyboard and monitor. Half duplex are walkie-talkies and full duplex are telephones nowadays. Networks. A network is the interconnection of set of devices capable to build a communication. It have host. Host means a point such as computer, desktop, laptop, workstation, cell phones, etc. And connecting devices such as router and internet connection. Switches are connects devices together. Modems are used to modulate and demodulate the data. Network criteria. A network must be able to meet the certain number of criteria. The most important of those are performances, reliability, and security. Performances. There should be a transmit time. There should be a fixed time for transmitting the data, and there should be a response time to get the response from the data. We can have there the throughput and the delays. The throughput is that you are sending data from one point and going to the next point, and then after receiving the data the acknowledgement comes back to you to the sender is known as the throughput, and the delay means the time which in the data communication. Reliability and security, those are quite same. Security means to prevent data from hacking, and reliability is that the data is not changed. You send hi to your partner and your partner shows just only hi, not nothing else. This is the reliability factor. Types of connections, which are point to point. Here station is a point and station another is a point, and we have a link, so this we can call as a point to point communication. In here we have used the ring topology, star topology, mesh topology, etc. Now multipoints. Multipoints, we have a mainframe, and by this mainframe we have station are connected. So the mainframe sends data and the station are connected with it. It is known as the multipoints because there are multiple points in this section. Those examples are bus topologies. Now we are moving to the topologies. Topology of a network is a geometrical representation or relationship of a links and devices. Topologies can be mesh, star, bus, and ring. Bus topologies can look like bus. In this section, we have a cable which starts and go to the end, and stations are connected with this. These topologies are looking like a bus, so this topology is known as a bus topology. The advantages and disadvantages of this topology are given. Now the ring topology. In this topology, stations are connected with each other and the line is works like a ring. That's why this is called a ring topology. The ring topology have many features that we will discuss in further slides. The advantages and disadvantages of ring topology is given. Now star topology. We have a central device and all other stations are connected with this station. This is known as a star topology, which are basically used in the local area network or the LAN section. The advantages and disadvantages of this section is given. And the last one is the mesh topology. Mesh topology, all other stations are connected with each other by the single links are known as the mesh topology. Here, every station is connected with every devices. Here are 5 devices which are internally connected is known as a mesh topology. The advantages and disadvantages are given below. And now the tree topology. This this is the root computer and this is connected with the left one and the right one, and those are divided into two computers. So this looks like a tree and this structure is known as the tree topology. The advantages of tree topology and disadvantages are given below. Now the hybrid topologies. Here are the hybrid topologies which are connected with all other topologies that we have studied far. Two or more topologies are used in the hybrid topologies. Here we have bus topologies, but those are connected with a single device which is known as a star topology. So here star and bus mixed this topology and make an hybrid topology. Now we will start the network types. There are basically 3 network types, which is LAN, MAN and WAN. LAN stands for local area network, MAN is for metropolitan area network and WAN is for wide area network. Local area network or LAN is built for a single flat or office which is under 1 kilometer, and then the metropolitan area network is designed for a metropolitan area like a city which is under 100 km is known as a metropolitan area network. The advantages and disadvantages of LAN are given below. Now here we have the wide area network which is WAN, and in the WAN section we have point to point WANs and switch WANs. In point to point we have the connection is from point to another point is known as point to point connection. In the switch network here is a one switch, switch 2, switch 3 and switch 4, and those switches are connected with each other is known as the switch wireless switch wide area network. The advantages of and disadvantages of WAN is given below. The metropolitan area network is a network which can be built in a metropolitan area. It is a size between LAN and WAN because LAN works in under 1 kilometer, WAN works up to 100 kilometer, and the MAN works between the 1 kilometer to 100 kilometer is known as a metropolitan area network. It can be a city. There are several topologies can be used in MAN network. The advantages and disadvantages of MAN are given. Here we have a network which is called PAN, means the personal area network. If you are in a room and you need to build your own network, your laptops and mouse, PC, headphones, cell phones, printers are connected with your personal PC is known as a personal area network, which can be called a PAN, which is a very small network. Now we have HAN, which is a home area network, which works on your home area only. The difference between LAN, MAN and WAN are given below. You can must have a snap of this one because this Difference is very important for your exam question view. The difference between internet and intranet. If you use the internet means the network of computers which is open for all, but in intranet the computer network is designed for a specific group of users is known as intranet. Anyone can access the internet, but internet is for an organization. It is unlimited number of users, but there are limited numbers of users. Visitors or traffics are unlimited, but here it is limited. The LAN, MAN and WAN can be used in internet, but mostly the internet use LAN, MAN and WAN. The difference between internet and intranet are very important for your examination question. Have a snap of this one. Data communication standards. Those are very important. There are two types of data communication standards. One is de facto and another is de jure. De facto means the convention and the de jure means the law or regulation. So de facto can be designed by standards that have not been approved by an organization body but have been approved by a standard is known as de facto, means it is developed by a factor, and de jure is under a law. An organization have a law to use the de jure function in data communication stands. Stand organizations. Stand organizations are standard creation communities, forums, or government regulator agencies. Those are some standards create committees which are ISO, ANSI. Here the important factors are ISO, which stands for International Organization of Standardization, which is ISO, and then ANSI, which stands for American National Standard Institution. Then IEEE is for the Institution of Electrical and Electronics Engineering. Then forums can generate the frame relay forum and the ATM forum. We will discuss it later. The government regulation agencies can be FCCs like as Federal Communication Commission, which is stand for FCC in United States. The link of this slide will be given in our description. Now check the description and have some knowledge. Here we have the difference between topologies, which are bus, ring, star, mesh and tree. Okay, no more today. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you.